He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show. We go to, well, somewhere in southern Maryland. Waldorf, Maryland. How about that? From southernmarylandnews.com on Sunday, August 11th, which was a week ago as of this recording. We're way out. We're working ahead. We got shit going on. Officers and firefighters and emergency medical services responded to the... this has got to be a fucking AI article. It's terrible. Oh, my God. Responded to the parking lot of Bunker Hill Liquor, located at 9800 Bunker Hill Road in Waldorf, Maryland. As police responded to the scene, dispatchers advised the 911 caller a 26-year-old male reported, quote, he accidentally shot himself in the testicles and was located in a vehicle in the parking lot of the business. Police arrived on the scene to find the patient with a gunshot wound to the leg and genital region and applied a tourniquet to the victim's leg. Did they apply a tourniquet to his cock?
Really, really small belt.
Don't apply a tourniquet for a head wound, folks. Just so you know. A helicopter was requested to land nearby due to the patient's injury, so it sounds like it was kind of serious. There's a lot of blood vessels down in that area. Flight medics were advised the victim was conscious and alert and breathing while suffering a single gunshot wound to the thigh, which exited the thigh and struck the victim in the genital region, causing serious injury. Oh, my God. It went through his thigh and then got him in the junk. Fuck.
Oof.
Went to the hospital. Victim later stated to police on scene it was not an accidental shooting. However, the victim was also uncooperative with details in the incident prior to transport. Police continue to investigate. There's a video on YouTube of a guy who, like, his first gun he ever bought, I believe, was this raced out Glock. Like, he's looking at all the fucking nerds on the internet. Like, what do I do with a Glock to make it go, you know, make it easy to shoot? And so he's just got it all tricked out, and he shot himself in the penis at, like, a match.
Yep.
And it's a great video, like, the story of him telling it, and, like, and he actually... I think we talked about this when that video came out last year. I think we did, because he couldn't hold out anymore. He had to rub one out.
Oh, yeah.
And he's still recovering from a gunshot wound to the penis, but he just couldn't take it anymore.
You can only go so long.
You can only go so long. Yeah. Oh, God. It was so fun. Anyway, so the next thing in the rundown that Jeff has in there, by the way, Jeff has never been a producer of a show of any kind, but he does a damn fine job of coming up with shit for us to talk about. I come up with like 3 things, and he'll like have diarrhea of topics for us to talk about. Advertise your match through us. We Epic. Yes. Well, that's a thing we do. We've done it for several matches, for Area 3, for Great Plains, for Cornhusker, for Free State coming up here at the end of August, for the Cops match, the charity match in Iowa.
Our most recent success was the Cops match in Iowa. It was more well attended than it had been in the past. So
good.
I take some, positive reinforcement from that.
We didn't even send a banner or anything down there.
Right?
I sent him a stage, but I didn't send a banner or anything.
And so it basically, like, getting your match info out there is number one. Like, just getting people talking about it. So let us know. It takes us 3 seconds to add it to the rundown. And
we basically do like this one commercial break where we pimp our shit, but we also pimp matches.
Yeah. And so if you have matches that you're like, oh, hey, the Cops match in...
Des Moines,
Kentucky?
Ankeny.
No.
The Southeastern Law Enforcement Classic.
Yeah. So we
got to have him back on, Andrew. I forgot to get a hold of him. That's my bad.
Yeah. So we're for those who are like, where are more of the interviews? We're fucking disorganized.
It's summer, and we forget, and all of a sudden it's Sunday, and we have to do a show.
Yep. But
or 3.
But so. If you're starting to think about your matches for 2026, because we're kind of at the end of 2025, which is fucking terrifying to say, start thinking about, I'm going to host a match in July of 2026. I should let NAS know, and we will fucking put it out there. at minimum, we put out more information for more people to hear. So please use us as a way to get more information out there. We like to help the sport grow. That is our goal.
I'll send an email to Alan and see if USPSA will ask us to sponsor Race Gun Nationals and Factory Gun Nationals in 2026. The dates were announced, by the way,
and they're actually reasonable. Like,
yeah,
good job, USPSA board.
Well, I had nothing to do with it. I'm going to give all the credit to Alan and Jake.
I was giving none of the credit to you.
No. We got lots of feedback from people, and they're like, "We hate June Nationals. Stop it!"
Right.
Well, we did it. Now, the Steel Challenge Nationals is in May.
It's always been that early, and a certain friend of the show.
But it's the same match it is everywhere else too. So
I know that's the problem, and it's also like, as a friend of the show has said, it is not the World Speed Shoot. It is the Area 6 Steel Challenge match, because all you fuckers south of the Mason-Dixon line
fill it up before anybody else can.
Well, and you don't understand this concept of snow. Like,
oh yeah, there's that.
When us in the northern part, global warming's kind of affecting this, but
well, Alan lived in Sioux Falls and now lives in Denver, so he lives where there's snow. So, and he's the one doing the contracts and shit. So
right, but
which is good. Factory Gun will be in Utah next year, and Race Gun's going back to Ohio next year, but it'll be in August.
Right. And so at least we're now taking our most popular category and making it the end of the season like it should be, because
at least towards the end of the season. Well, it's actually late August even. And then late August and then mid-September.
Yeah. And that is not unreasonable. I would prefer it to be October, November, but that's we're not too far off of this.
You're dealing with weather there too, though.
You are, but regardless, it's better than being in fucking June or July or whenever it was always remarkable. They're like, hey, our most popular division, let's just get that out of the way first. Like, fuck all those people and their training. And all of you south of the Mason-Dixon were like, this is fine. All of us north of the Mason-Dixon line were like, we have this thing called snow.
Yeah.
And I remember going to Production Nationals in 2021. That was in May, I believe.
Yeah. It was early May.
Yeah. The North Dakota boys were like, yeah, I dug out the snow from the range so that I could get a session in before I came here.
We were lucky that year, though, because that was the first year we were going to have Great Plains section. So we had a classifier match at the end of March that year because we had to have a RO class. We needed people with classifications. And the RO class was in April. Great Plains was going to be at our range for the first time in July. And I'd never run a major match before. So I'd been to level 2s and area 3, but I'd never been to a national. So I just wanted to go to a national. So I, the timing and the money, the plane ticket was cheap. I got to say, the econo lodges are either not bad or dog shit hotels. And the one in Oxford, Alabama is a nice econo lodge. Finest kind as far as econo lodges go. It was perfectly fine. It was not I didn't get a disease staying there. And neither did Brucey or a gravel truck. So,
we just had quick draw competitions in the lobby.
Yeah, while I was sleeping, you fuckers were throwing guns around the hotel room 2 doors down.
And gravel truck was on a car howling at the moon. And we're like, no, stop that. I got to turn that bitch in.
So, but anyway, I went there and saw a match and we got lucky. But no, you're right. Winter's a factor for half the country. It's not for you guys in Area 6 and Area 2. But you know what? For parts of Area 4 and all of Area 1, 3, 5, 7, and 8, it is.
Yep.
So
we have this white stuff called snow that makes going to the range uncomfortable.
The snow doesn't bother me. It's the fucking cold. So like out in Salt Lake, my friend Robert, they shoot year round at SLPSA. No problem. Now, occasionally it's so cold that like, hey, nobody's going to come out. Okay, yeah. But like when it gets cold here, not only is it cold as balls, but then usually the wind is blowing like 30 miles an hour. Like no one's shooting a match in South Dakota when the temperature's 0 and the wind is blowing 30 miles an hour. I don't know what that wind chill is, but it's something like my face hurts and breathing hurts.
Right. The term is called fuck you.
No, we're not doing this. There's a reason we stopped shooting matches at the end of October.
Right. When you're breathing through your balaclava and it's freezing on the balaclava, you're like, oh, I shouldn't be outside right now.
One thing I'm planning to do at my club, though, is like if there's a warm weekend in the forecast, like I'm going to like, hey, we're going to have a match. You know, we've never done that around here before. Like if there's going to be like a weekend in the upper 40s in January, like, hey, we're going to have a match this weekend. As long as there isn't too much snow on the ground. But we've gotten off light the last couple winters, so I think we're going to get butt fucked by snow this year. So I don't know if it'll actually happen, but anyway. Yeah. So Nationals was announced, and the dates are all completely reasonable. Multi-Gun Nationals is July 17th through the 19th, Jeff, up in Forest Lake, Minnesota.
Ooh.
Put it on the calendar. We need to go. You need to shoot that match.
You keep saying these we things.
No, you need to. I'll be your coach. How about that? You just shoot it.
Right. You can be
I'll be your caddy.
You're like, fucking stop fucking it up. I'm sorry, Grandpa.
Quit shooting like an asshole. Why do you keep calling me Grandpa, you ass? Fuck. That's like Jeff's sudden new nickname for me. It's like the third time he's called me Grandpa tonight when we're recording. Okay, behind the curtain, this is the third episode we've recorded tonight. Okay? And this is like the third time he's called me Grandpa.
I may be stuck on quoting the same thing over and over again, and I may be a little drunk.
And Jeff is Walter White Petty. So
only on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
So if you have a match you'd like advertisement for, especially if you're starting a new match, like a new level 2, like let us know. We'll pimp the shit out of it. And if it's close enough, maybe we'll beg for a slot.
Yeah.
And if you got a slot,
cool. We'll do
if it's close enough and we can make it work, we'll go.
Yeah, and we'll do interviews at your match to like, you know.
Yes, and hopefully your range is cool with us handing out beer while people walk through and not shooting, but still walking around with beer.
It's literally Iowa water, so it's not even beer really. It's
barely
like,
alcoholic.
It's beer flavored.
I'm literally
water.
drinking an Iowa water right now. And when we say Iowa water, it's Busch Light. Okay.
Busch Latte.
So I fixed my CZ safeties.
Wait, your CZ safeties were fucked up?
Well, they weren't not functioning correctly, but they weren't functioning correctly for me.
Okay.
So I'm a big fan of just yanking the trigger on a double action gun, a double action, single action, like a Shadow 2. I would much rather just pull the double action than deactivate a safety.
Okay.
Every day of the week, twice on Sunday. I don't care about a safety on a double action gun. Do not give a fuck. I don't care what division I'm shooting. I don't care. I would rather not fuck with a safety. Now, I got a safety. Also, thanks to Jace at CZ, who got hit up by Vince when I needed a safety for my Shadow 2. He was instrumental in helping get that, and CZ's sponsoring Area 3, so I'm sort of, smoking the pole there. But now I don't really care for it on the Shadow 2. But I had this gigantic sale of a safety on my Tac Sport. Right. Which I have to use a safety on that single action gun. And what I figured out practicing last week, I don't remember if I said this on the podcast or not. I think I did. Basically, my thumb, while I'm shooting, if I put pressure on the rear of that safety, that CZ custom safety, my thumb isn't very long. And I like to cock my thumbs up away from the gun while I'm shooting. Well, if my left-hand thumb touches the rear of that safety, it'll activate it. Like you could push the back half of that safety and turn it back on. I always thought it was my right hand bumping it. I'm a left-hand shooter. I thought it was my right hand bumping the safety, turning it back on. It wasn't. It was my firing hand thumb reactivating the safety just like I would do in my make ready. So I took that extended shelf safety off my Shadow 2, put the flat one back on it that came with it when I bought it last year, and then I put that shelf safety on the Tac Sport, and I practiced it with it yesterday, and like I tried to activate it, and yes, I could activate it with my left hand, but I never activated it with my left hand.
Yep.
So I was so happy with that. It's easy to deactivate, to take off when I come out of the holster. Draw times were really good. And like I've got that shit figured out now. Like I was actually like hiding from my limited optics gun because I didn't like fucking drawing it. Like I kept turning the safety on. And it happened occasionally with the Shadow 2 as well, but way less often. But mostly after reloads is when it would happen. Like not usually on the draw, it'd be after a reload when I rebuild my grip. So I'm so happy I fixed my CZ safeties. Now I was also getting a bunch of messages through Telegram from Moisha today about the hey, you should check out the CZ custom safety. I have literally spent $400 on CZ safeties. I'm fucking done. I'm not spending another penny on a safety for a CZ pistol ever again.
They're so fucking expensive.
Oh my God. And now you can't even. It used to be you could just buy the right hand half of the safety. Like the left hand part of the safety has the shaft that goes through the gun.
Yep.
The right hand side is just the other paddle. You used to be able to buy just that other paddle. Now CZ is making you buy both halves. Okay, Jace, right. I'm just saying that's kind of bullshit. Like, let me just buy the right hand side. I know they don't make a whole bunch of them over there in the Czech Republic a whole often, and they're not coming over to the States all that often, but like if we could just have like both halves, I'd be very happy. But it doesn't matter because I'm never buying another CZ safety ever again unless I have to buy another one. But yeah.
It is frustrating. Lane makes fun of me for my requirement that I have the I like
That's
the ledge.
Weird that you like the shelf.
I like the shelf because
you're shooting CO. You're not shooting LO. You don't need it.
Right. So for me, it gives me a base to create my grip off of. Okay. So when I grab the gun, I know I'm in the right position when my thumb is on the safety, my hand is on the and the rest of my hand forms around that. It's kind of like how people talk about thumb rests. The gas pedal.
Oh, yeah. When they say they like them just as an index point, they don't actually use them to apply pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I treat my safeties. And so it's that, and my hands are so fucking fat that when I establish my grip with the flat safeties, I have pushed the safety on before. Not like fully, but enough that it gave it made the trigger go, are we on or are we off? I'm not 100% sure what we're doing right now.
My hands are not as big as yours, but like the dimension you're talking about, I think my hands are closer to the same size as yours. Mine are basically that dimension from like thumb to pinky.
Yep.
My palms are actually pretty big. They're not, my palms are, I actually have big palms, but I have short fingers, which is really handy for guitar playing and pulling triggers. But my hands overall are not big, but like if I buy large gloves, they're really tight in the palm, and then I've got like extra length in the fingers. It's really weird. But I will do that too, though. Like I'll bump on the safety. Your hands are definitely bigger than mine, and so that makes total sense. But why wouldn't the left or the like flat safeties? Like you're shooting a double action gun,
right?
I get what you're talking about with the index, of your grip, but like, okay, here's the thing about grip. I teach everybody that I teach pistol to. Okay. I tell them your thumbs have no job shooting a pistol. They're only good for mag releases and slide stops. That's it. When you're actually shooting the pistol, your thumbs should not be involved. Does that sound controversial to you?
1 second.
Where'd you go? You're way off, Mike. This is usually between shows when Jeff's mixing another drink. I'll talk to him because he's got Bluetooth earbuds that he's listening on, but he's off mic. Where'd you go?
I went to grab my gun from my shooting cart.
Oh, okay. It was useful. All right.
Right. So
does that make sense what I'm saying though? Like my thumbs, like I keep my thumbs off the gun when I shoot.
Right.
As much as possible.
So my left thumb is against the frame, and that's one thing I love about Shadow 2s is because they have this big old fat
There's
frame.
a good spot for it there, yeah.
And then my
But
right.
do you apply pressure?
I don't apply pressure with my thumbs.
It's
but
just there.
It gives me an index point, and then my right thumb is sitting on the safety that is also sitting on my thumb. So if I had my M&P, which is currently in my truck, when I don't have a safety there, my thumb is sitting on the fat of my hand.
Uh-huh.
And so that gives me a good point of reference. Now, what I'm worried about and what I've had happen is that we talked about this in a previous episode of when we jam a fucking mag in there and we go to reform our grip in a really shitty way because we've stuck the greatest reload that has ever happened.
Yeah.
But we're like, oh, fuck.
But you're unprepared for the grip?
Right. Is that sometimes that hand will get a little fucking high.
Yeah.
And so that's where the flat safety, my finger sitting on top of the safety ledge gives me a like, no, you don't go up. That is not what's happening. Whereas my support hand can go, we have found a ledge. This hurts. Don't go any higher. And my top thumb can be like, don't go any higher because we're holding this down.
Isn't the ledge what you push the safety on with? For me, it is. Like with a flat safety, I never bump it on because I don't have anything to bump. Like it's too flat. I don't get enough purchase on the safety to turn it on.
So I
keep talking. I'm going to grab my Shadow 2 as well.
So for me, when I form the grip, my hand is sitting already on, my thumb is already on the safety. So when my hand forms a grip, there's an opportunity, especially when it's coming from the reload of the hand coming up and bumping the safety on. I have to have the fucking safety on so that it actually makes sense. But like, it's not a lot of space for that to happen. And I've had it before because when annoyingly CZ has decided that when they ship you a Shadow 2 carry optics version, that they will not have the ledge safety, but when they have the production model, it has the ledge safety, which is fucking annoying. But when I form my grip, the fat of my hand has turned on the safety before, and so just to prevent that, I like to have the ledge so that I'm like, okay, ledge is there, I'm in the right position, my hand is where it needs to be. And there's not an opportunity for the fat of my hand to turn the safety on.
I want to refute one thing you just said.
Okay.
My Shadow 2 came with nothing but the flat safeties.
Even though it's a production model?
It was a production model, no optic cut, and it came with the flat safeties on both sides.
Huh.
So I think it's just whatever it gets, whatever they have.
Right.
I don't think there's a lot of rhyme or reason. Now, the Tac Sport, my Tac Sport came with a ledge safety. It's a Shadow 2 safety in the Tac Sport Orange, the old Tac Sport Orange. It was a Shadow 2 safety on the left-hand side, so a right-hander safety, but it came with a flat safety on the other side. And so basically I have Shadow 2 safeties with the ledge on both sides of my Tac Sport now. And love it. Love it, love it, love it. I have my Shadow 2 right now, okay? I have the hammer back. And I'm going to try to re-grip the pistol as if it were after a reload or something. And I'm going to try to bump the safety on, okay?
Okay.
And I can't do it. Like this, it's not happening. Like I'm aiming for it. Like I'm trying to hit like the meaty part below my thumb. Yeah. Oh, I did finally do it. Okay.
Right.
After a whole lot of trying, it was possible.
And my hands are slightly larger than yours, so it's. I'm not saying that it is the most common thing. I'm just saying that it has happened and it. Ah, shit. Mark's going to be pissed.
Oh, yeah. Clickety clack, baby. Oh, That's like that heavy Shadow 2 recoil spring. Let's get this light ass Tech Sport spring. Oh, listen to that. Oh my. Oh, I got wood. Oh. Oh, that's all it took?
That's all it took. And so the idea is that with the realm that we exist in, even the opportunity like, oh, only 1 in 100 draws will you put your safety on, and you're like, that is way too often for me to take that risk.
No,
so,
it's what makes me miss Glocks.
Yep.
Every time I bump a safety on a CZ, I'm like, fuck, I wish you're shooting a Glock. Because it never happened with those.
Right. And so that's where, for me, I need to have the flat safeties, or else life is going to be a problem.
Okay, fine. Boring. Okay, next thing in the rundown. I don't understand it. Legendary loot drops.
Yeah. So Owen continues to be the tactard magnet.
Okay.
He was at the range, and our range president, who is also someone who does USPSA, was dropping off a bunch of supplies for USPSA. So they were unloading from his truck directly into our shed. And this group of like 4 to 6 tactards rolled up in their Cry Precision pants with their plate carriers and their like bump helmets with the like $700 earmuffs that with microphone, like all this shit to shoot steel at like 15 yards. And they're like, you should not be doing that. And they're like, it's fine. We know what we're doing. And the first thing that my brain went was, I'm going to kill you guys in a shit hit the fan situation, and you're going to be my epic loot drop. I'm going to be so well equipped afterwards. You for those that play COD, you're an orange crate. That's what you are.
I do understand that reference. Okay.
Yes.
I was just playing the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, and there's a mission where you get a bunch of C4 out to like throw the bombs on the tank that's trying to kill you.
Yep.
And they're in orange crates.
Exactly.
Oh, you're the orange crate. Oh. We've got so many t-shirts we need to make. You're the orange crate.
You're the orange crate.
Another one is, we're getting a pig.
Oh my God. I love Red. It is such a great underrated movie.
Okay. 30-second tangent topic.
Uh-huh.
Is Red not your... Okay, is it in your top 3 favorite action movies of all time?
Might be top 5.
I can put it in my top 3, honestly.
It is so fucking great.
It's so great.
Every moment you're like, oh, this is what's going to happen. That's not what I thought would happen.
No.
Okay.
No, it's so twisty turny, and the action is fantastic, and it's funny. It's a silly movie. It's basically a comic book movie.
Yeah, I quote on a regular...
Is it based on a comic book?
I don't remember, but I quote on a regular basis, I'm the bad guy. I do the bad shit.
Bad guy.
And he's like, cut his toes off.
Like, Richard Dreyfuss is most fucking annoying. It's so good.
Oh,
is Red a comic book?
But it is... So it's like... Red, nobody. Fuck. There's a great fucking.
It was based on a comic book. Son of a bitch! I had no idea. The 2 movies were based on a comic book. I had no idea. It feels like a comic book movie.
Yeah,
or like it feels like it was. It's a movie that feels like it was based on a comic book. It was actually a fucking DC comic.
Well, and because there's several of those movies that you're like, oh, that's crazy. Because I'm trying.
Why is this?
Have you ever seen The Losers?
No.
Oh my God, this was one of those fucking epic movies that didn't take off when it should have. So it has Christopher Evans in it and
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah.
Idris Elba. Oh, it's got some fucking names in it.
Right.
Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, it's got motherfucking names. And they're a team of, like special forces that like get burned and then they just like go to try to like get their names back. Same shit. Like, it's a fucking great movie.
The slogan on it is anyone else would be dead by now.
Yes, it is. It is so fucking good.
Much and younger Jeffrey Dean Morgan than Walking Dead. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a really fun action movie that did not get the respect it deserved.
Oh god, just the trailer makes me want to watch it.
Dude, you will not be upset watching it. It's so much fun. But like, so that one's in my top 10 of action movies that I like. If you're like, hey, go watch an action movie, I'm like, I'm gonna watch The Losers. It's stupid fun because there's like all these funny
but
Broken
like,
Aces.
Okay, what's that?
Say what you were gonna say. I'm gonna find.
Well, when I think of action movies, okay, OG Die Hard. It like redefined the action movie. It's the greatest action movie ever made. It really is. So like that's number one for me pretty easily. But after that, like, is there an action movie that's better than Red? That's how I look at it. Red is not better than Die Hard, but it's different than Die Hard. Even though both of them have Bruce Willis in it.
Right. It depends which direction you want to go, because you could go more serious, and that's where like a Sicario comes in.
Yeah, but that's Sicario's good, but it's so like Sicario and Heat are great action movies, but they're like up their own ass.
Yes. Whereas like, have you ever seen the movie Smoking Aces?
No, I have not.
Oh, this is another fucking great one. So Ryan Reynolds, Ben Affleck, Jason Bateman, Alicia Keys, like, it is basically, Ray
Liotta.
Yeah, it's
Chris Pine, Jeremy Piven. Okay, you sold me.
Yeah, it's basically that a Las Vegas talent of some sort is like the greatest. He is the person who's going to bring down the mob, and so they put out like $1 million hit on him, and so every hitman in the world is like, oh, $1 million hit, let's fucking do this shit. And so it's like Ryan Reynolds plays like the cop that's trying to protect this dude, and everyone else is there to just smoke the fuck out of him. And so there are so many great fucking like gunfights and crazy shit going down. It's fantastic. Oh my god, I totally fucking forgot about this movie. Let's go.
I've got movies to watch. All right, moving on. So I actually I incorporated Jeff unintentionally into my pistol permit class that I just taught.
Yeah.
So when I'm talking about, when is deadly force generally allowed? So there's like the laws in every state, but then there's also like what police are taught. And at the academy in Pierre, they'll teach it as, okay, if the subject has the means of deadly force, they have the opportunity to use it, and someone is in imminent jeopardy of serious bodily injury or death, those three criteria are met, means, opportunity, and jeopardy, then deadly force is authorized. So I just sort of off the cuff, speaking to my class, talking about it, because there's like, if I have a gun in my hand, I have means. Am I close enough to you to shoot you? Yeah, I have opportunity. And is someone in jeopardy? Yeah, you are. You're in this room. But then there's also when, there's not an actual weapon in the hand, but the example I was used to give was, me versus a 90-year-old little old lady.
Right.
Okay, she's going to have the right to use deadly force sooner than I would because of the physical disparity. Okay, she cannot defend herself the way another 48-year-old, 6 foot, 270-pound guy could. Okay, if I was attacking them. And so then I said, but, I'm 48 years old. I'm physically okay. I'm 6 foot, 270 pounds. But I have a friend by the name of Jeff who lives down in Omaha, and he's 6'9". He weighs 300 pounds, and he's built like Shaq was when he was young, and he owns a Muay Thai gym and teaches, and he's fucking terrifying. I said, against Jeff, I would have the right to use deadly force a little sooner than I would against a lot of other people.
I find this really annoying.
But
I understand why it's true.
I understand why you find it annoying, but the perception of especially if I know all these things about you, like what's in my head at the time that the force is applied matters.
Right.
So if I actually know that, hey, this guy won a belt as a Muay Thai champion, even though Jeff doesn't think anything of it, it is a factor. You know, it does matter. And yes, it sucks for you, but at the same time, though, if it's a dude much smaller than me, if Jeff is the guy walking toward them in a dark alley, like, that motherfucker could kill me. Like, that's not an unreasonable thought to have.
Right. Oh, 100%. 100%.
So,
like, I'm very okay with violence. So, yes, like, your need to do violence to me, I completely understand.
I want you to clarify that when you said it's really annoying, it's not because, like, I'm factually wrong.
No, you're factually correct. It's just that, like, it's annoying that you guys are like, oh, I can shoot him with very little reason to think about it, and I have to be like,
I wouldn't say very little. Like, the circumstances matter. The totality of the circumstances still matters. Like,
True.
It can't just be like Jeff's walking down an alley, I happen to be walking down an alley. It doesn't mean I can shoot him.
Right.
Like, no. Like, if Jeff says, give me your wallet and cell phone, or I'm going to beat you to death, I'm going to take him at his fucking word.
Right. It's one of those, like, I understand it, but like, this will sound dumb to anyone who's met me or anyone who's been around someone of my size before, but like, I don't think of myself as a large person.
No.
Because it's just how I see the world. Like, I just see myself as like, oh, like,
you never see yourself from the outside.
Right. Until like,
you happen to walk by a mirror?
Yes. Yeah. When I walk by a full size mirror and I'm standing next to someone, or we take a picture together, it's like, oh, like, I am large. Like, holy shit.
So, like, I'm not a small guy. Like, in the grand scheme of the people of planet Earth, I am not a small person.
You're probably in the 1% of height. Like,
I'm 6 foot tall. I weigh 270 pounds. I'm not small. I'm not enormous, but I'm not small. And then you see a picture of me and Jeff standing together. And I look small. Like, that's just sort of the difference. But anyway, I just thought it was funny that all of a sudden I pulled that out. And one of the guys in the class was a guy that shoots USPSA with me. His name's Mike. And I said, like, he's enormous, right? And he just kind of like nodded his head like,
right. People don't.
He never met you before, but he saw you at Great Plains and is like, yeah, he's a big motherfucker.
I am large enough that even my sister had me talking to one of her friends because I'm going to Turkey in September. And she's like, yeah, he's like really big. He's like 6'9", whatever. Da, da, da. And the dude was like, okay, whatever. Like, it didn't process in his brain until like I was like, oh no, I'm 6'9", 300 pounds. And he's like, oh yeah, no, people, you don't have to worry about safety. Like, unless you piss off like a gang of people, you will be fine. I'm like, I'm well aware of that.
Yeah, if you run into a Turkish drug kingpin, you might have problems.
And I'm a capitalist at heart. I'm like, let's sell these drugs.
Yeah.
Like, go you.
Yeah.
I'm not here. I'm here for whatever side you're here for, as long as I get to go home.
Okay, so you last couple weeks ago you talked about occluded dot because you got a dot cover with your loophole.
And I found one that I don't know if Ben sent me or if I got it off a prize table somewhere. But so I am now occluding my dot. And
an SRO, like I bought that for you.
Well, I don't know where that one is. I'm a little worried.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay.
Well, thank you. You're wonderful. But so I have one on a Delta Point Pro and one on a 507 comp. and I know which one you're talking about. I just don't know where the fuck it went, and I don't feel like I throw anything away. Anyways, so
I'm sure it's in your apartment somewhere.
And so one of the things our friend of the show Heidi posted that she has been occluding her dot, and she finds that it increases her speed when she does stuff. Andy kind of confirmed this.
Me too.
I think we were honest that we're recording this a little ahead of time, and
this is like a 10-day-old episode. Like, we recorded this on August 17th.
Right. So I went and practiced with Lane, Lane, Steven, and Nick, but Lane was on his own bay. Anyways.
Hey, he finally followed me on Instagram. I'm good.
I might shoot too fast for occluded dot to be a good thing.
Why do you say that? Because, like, okay, let me say this. The first time I shot a match with my dot occluded, there just happened to be a plate rack on the very first stage I shot. And I shot the first 3 plates, and I remember in my brain said, "Why are you shooting so fucking slow?" Right. And then I went, ding, ding, ding. Because I was shooting the pace I was used to shooting a plate rack before I occluded the dot. And when I occluded the dot, like, the dot just went from one plate to the next plate to the next plate to the next plate, and there was nothing to wait for. But I was still, like, used to waiting longer because that was the pace I shot plate racks.
So that's the opposite of what I do.
Really?
And so I would take target, like, I was almost using the force today. I would roll into positions, and I don't even know if I saw the dot. I was just like, hey, the black of the gun is on the place that I think it should be. Pull the trigger. And shooting steel, I was throwing like 3 makeups on steel. But like, so, and I was ripping like, so we had 2 targets. Like,
this was practice, not a match, though, correct?
Right. So okay. on the stick in our practice session, we had 2 IPSCs, one on top of the other. One of them, I had a fist-sized group. The others, I threw more Charlies and Deltas than I did Alphas. And so I think there's part of me, and it could have been a little bit of the grip. We talked about how, like, my wrists are kind of fucked up, or my forearms are kind of fucked up, and like, I wasn't giving it the respect it deserved. But like, I was ripping splits. I was ripping 15 splits on basically every target, and so I wonder if I'm almost going so much faster.
15 splits on every target?
Yes,
that's dumb.
You're not wrong, but I was just like, okay, dot is covered.
This has nothing to do with the occluded dot. I'm just going to say that right now. You're shooting like an asshole.
But does the occluded dot make me shoot like an asshole? Okay. Gotcha, bitch.
I don't know. Like, here's the thing. I will fully admit, when it comes to occluding the dot, it doesn't work for everybody. Now, if you're still hitting targets where you're aiming, it works for you. It's just your brain doesn't like it yet. Like, when it comes to vision, I'm not speaking from a point of any sort of medical expertise, just my own personal experience. Like, shooting occluded, and this goes with rifles and shotguns, and being left-eye dominant as a kid, and my dad said, no, you're going to shoot left-handed. And he made me do it. He would not let me shoot a rifle or a shotgun right-handed because I was left-eye dominant. And with a shotgun, that really matters. With a rifle, it doesn't matter so much because you can just close the other eye, whatever. But with a shotgun, like, it's way easier to shoot with your dominant eye hand than it is to shoot cross-dominant. With a pistol, cross-dominance doesn't matter as much. You just hold the gun in front of the dominant eye, regardless of the hand. But, so, like, and I also, like, as a little kid, I sort of learned about how your 2 eyes create this one picture with your brain. Your brain uses your 2 cameras in your face to make a picture. Right. And when I was a little kid, I used to think I had a superpower because I could look through my hand.
Yep.
because if I held my hand really close to my face, I could see through it and I could still see my sister on the other side of the room.
Right.
Well, that's obviously not what was happening. But I, like, as an adult then, when I started shooting and understood, like, I have these two cameras in my face making one picture. Okay. Now understanding what that data is providing to my brain. So my brain was just, like, slightly more open to this weird information than I think most people's were. Okay. Combined with shooting a shotgun with both eyes open. Like, I remember my dad telling me, you shoot with both eyes open. Okay, but I see two shotguns. Yeah, but how many beads do you see and how many targets do you see? One. There you go. You put the bead where it needs to be and pull the trigger. Boom, right. I'm breaking targets left and right. So when I shoot rifles with a scope, I do it with both eyes open. Even like a high-powered scope. I have like this Athlon 6-20 next to me. When it used to be sitting on my 308, I shot it with both eyes open. I'm just used to like shutting off an eye. Like I can do that. Like right. I'll pay attention to the part of the vision I want to pay attention to. And so now I feel like I have a superpower of like controlling vision. You know, when I'm looking through a scoped rifle, I pay attention to what I need to pay attention to. And that's like the crosshair on the elk or the deer.
Right.
With a pistol, I pay attention to the target. And there happens to be a dot on the target. You know, and my brain is trained to accommodate both. Not everybody's is. So, like, you saying that it doesn't work, like, I get it. But don't quit. Because Heidi's right. It's the easy button.
Right. And that's the part that I'm trying to become comfortable with. Is that, like, I shot a round of it without the optics trainer on it, and my times weren't dissimilar. I felt more comfortable with the shots, but my time, like, I don't know if the hips were necessarily better, but it felt better because I could see what I was doing.
It won't make hits better. It doesn't do that. It's all about not going. Here's what I discovered that I was doing before I occluded my dot, and I have Vince's covers on both of my CZ pistols, and I have electrical tape on my Glocks with SROs. And what I figured out that cover does is it eliminates me going with my dominant eye going target dot. Like I'm like making sure it's there. I'm like doing this like far near comparison. I'm doing it fast, but it's still slowing me down. And it's slowing me down in like the hundredths of seconds. But when you add up like 500ths of seconds, all of a sudden that adds up to a couple of tenths, you know, over the course of a plate rack.
Right. Like we talked about.
Or it could have to add up to like a half second over the course of a plate rack the way I was shooting it before I went ding, ding, ding.
Right. In the occluded dot eliminates information you don't need because expertise is figuring out not processing all of the information, it's processing the information you need and disregarding the information you don't need. And the occluded dot disregards a lot of the information you don't need. It's just really difficult to get comfortable with that, especially when you haven't done it in a while.
Okay. We have two more topics I want to hit before we finish this episode. Okay?
Yes.
So a couple of weeks ago, I talked about how I shot my friend Robert's short-barreled shotgun with buckshot.
Yep.
And it sucked. And Jeff shot a shotgun with some big boy buckshot ammo in it.
Yeah.
What was your experience?
I didn't hate it.
Was it a short-barreled shotgun though?
No. This was an adult. This is an adult-sized shotgun.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's not. It's just stout ammo. It's not a big deal.
Right. I want to say it was like a 590 A1 or it was a
full like 26
MOSFET.
or 28 inch barrel.
Like a 20.
Okay. That's still. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a 12.
No, it wasn't whittle, but it like when I shot it. So my buddy Lane had found his shotgun in his water heater room because, reasons.
in his water heater room.
I don't know. He's like, Vortex sent him a couple defenders, and so he was like trying to find reasons to put dots on shit, and he found his shotgun in the water heater room, and he's like, oh, this thing needs a dot. And so he like had a 30 cal can full of buckshot, and he's like, try this out. And I couldn't say no, so I loaded it up, and I was like, this is not going to be pleasant. And I was not like, my shoulder knew that shit had happened, but it wasn't it wasn't the worst thing in my life. Like,
no,
if
590 is a pump gun, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
so you're getting all the recoil. It's not a gas gun.
Yeah. If multi-gun was running a 590A1 over like 6 rounds, it would be more interesting than all you bitch ass motherfuckers that need to shoot birdshot through your shotguns, but say that you're a manly man. That's a specific reference to someone
person?
from my club, from my club, who says that shotguns are what real men shoot, and then shoots low recoil birdshot.
Yeah, and only effective to 50 yards. Like, yeah, they're awesome. They're really effective.
Right, but if you want to be a real man, shoot fucking buckshot out of a pump action. It reminds you that you're a man. Mm-hmm. It's like oh, this is what a gun is supposed to feel like. It's like when you shoot like a 45 or like a 500
or
Magnum,
10 millimeter,
10
44
millimeter
Magnum, something like that. Yeah,
a gun that's like, oh yeah, guns are supposed to have recoil. Like 9 millimeter and 12 gauge low recoil birdshot are not, and 223 are not the like man calibers.
Dude, I'm going elk hunting with my dad. Before he passed away, was in the middle of building a 7mm Magnum.
Yep.
And it's getting finished off right now by a gunsmith and a friend of mine. And I was shopping for ammo, and 7mm Magnum ammo is really expensive.
Yep.
And I don't want to fuck with trying to learn how to reload for a belted Magnum. So I'm just going to buy ammo for it, even though that would make my dad roll over in his grave. But
the cheapness is like ingrained in your soul.
No. My father did not reload ammo for cost purposes. It's because all those companies that load ammo suck at it, and he's better at it. And he wasn't wrong. Like, his ammo is better, but I don't have the time to do that.
Right. Did he load it for Bubba's Pissin' Hot reloads or for accuracy's sake?
Yes. No, he would both. He would get it as hot as he could in as tight a group as possible, messing with everything from the powder charge to the seating depth to, and by seating depth, not deeper but shallower, like getting it closer to the lands and grooves of the barrel.
Interesting.
So, like, if it's got a very short jump, that can cause a spike in pressure, but he played into that spike in pressure. So it allowed him to lower the powder charge. And, like, he was a nerd for this. Like, that was his tism. Oh, my God, was that. Not only that, but, like, when he died, he had this entire rust bluing station set up in the garage that we had to, like, tear down. It was, and if you don't know what rust bluing is, join the club. I still don't fucking know what it is. But, like, old school, like, blued rifle barrels, like, if you bought a Remington 700 in the 80s, like, that was blued, but rust bluing is, like, sort of the same process, but different. And that's what he was doing to guns out in the garage a couple of years ago. And so I don't know if I'll get I don't know if I'll get it finished like that before I go on my elk hunt in Montana this year, but I am going to use that rifle as long as it gets finished and as long as it shoots straight. And so when you talk about manly man calibers, like 7mm Magnum's one of them.
Yeah.
That's that's not a 30-06. And a 30-06 will fucking punch you in the shoulder too.
Yeah. anything 30 out of 6 and above, even like, so 7.62 by 39 out of an AK is not a pleasant round to shoot. Like it will remind you that intermediate cartridges, there's two branches. There's a 7.62 by 39 and there's a 5.56 by 45. And the 5.56 by 45 is like, oh, this is nice. 7.62 by 39 is like, get fucked, you peasant.
Disagree, because I've shot like all the rifle calibers, and like a 7.62 by 39 is nothing. It's a 300 blackout. It's
when you're used to 5.56, 7.62 by 39.
You've not shot a lot. You have never, like, how many rounds have you shot out of a bolt gun?
Sub 20 rounds.
Yeah. Okay. Less than a box of ammo. Okay. Like, I shot my buddy Joe had an SKS. We were out at the range doing some training, and he's like, hey, I got this. I'm like, oh, cool. And there was something wrong with, God, I can't remember what was wrong with it. It wouldn't cycle. Yep. So I don't know if it was the ammo was just super underpowered because it was like old ammo, I believe, or there was something wrong with the rifle. It just wasn't. It wouldn't eject. It basically was acting like a bolt gun. Right. It wouldn't cycle the round out. I think it was because it was steel cased, and it was just like expanding against the chamber walls, and at least that was my best guess at the time. But
yep.
Anyway, I shot 7.62 by 39, and that was like probably my 8th and 9th round of shooting that caliber in my life. But it isn't that much. A 308 is way stankier out of a bolt gun than that is. Like, way stankier. And probably a 7.62, like Ruger makes a 7.62 Russian bolt gun. And I would guess that is also stankier. Like, the automatic action really kind of takes kind of the piss out of the recoil.
Right.
But, like, you've shot an M1 Garand before, right?
Yeah.
Like, that is like shooting a fucking 22.
Yeah,
or an AR. Not a 22, but an AR.
Yeah, it's a pleasant gun to shoot. It is not... It's
really
not
pleasant. Because it weighs like 14 pounds, so that's got a lot to do with it.
Right. It is a full stocked motherfucking gun.
Muzzle heavy.
And the 30-06 that it shoots is...
It's an underpowered 30-06.
Right, which is its own funny story that my history ass nerd knows is, but yeah, it's an underpowered 30-06, and so yeah, you're just like bing, 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 ding, and you're like, oh, that was fun.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I shot Josh's M1 a while ago, and my son had a chance to shoot it, and he was like, I don't want to. Like, he was nervous about it. He thought it was gonna kick because the last 30-06 he shot was mine, and it fucking kicked like a mule. Yeah. I'm like, this will not hurt. And I knew he was going to regret it on the way home. And on the way home, he's like, why didn't I shoot that gun?
Right. Well,
and I'm like,
it's all the weird, like, your mind does weird shit. And
experience matters more than what someone else tells you.
Yes. Because, like, going into shooting the shotgun, I was like, oh, everyone tells me that fucking buckshot's going to rip my shoulder off. And I'm like, I'm a large size male. Like, it didn't. I recognized that the shot went off, but it wasn't the end of my world.
No, like, it's stanky. Like, if you shot a full round of trap, even with target loads, like, you would feel it the next day. Like, because you don't shoot that kind of recoil that often. Yeah,
but like, because me and Lane joked about it. It's like, if you made a shotgun stage that was like, hey, you can only put 5 rounds in the gun and the stage is 8 rounds, you shot it with buckshot, you'd be like, okay, I recognize that shit happened, but like, I'm not unhappy that it happened.
Yeah.
If you shot a 200 round, shotgun class with buckshot only, you would be like,
you'd be sore.
You'd be like, oh, this was unpleasant.
This is a bad decision. I should have used 7.5. But
like, I'm the gamerest of gamers, so I understand. But like, if we shoot multi-gun nationals, I'm shooting it with a 590 pump gun, because that is what a shotgun is supposed to feel like.
Use my Stoker.
Then I'm just shooting an AR
You're not. You're shooting a pump gun that still has recoil, or you're shooting an automatic that still has recoil because it's an inertia gun. And the inertia guns they're super reliable. That's what's good about them. But they have a fair bit more recoil. They're not as much recoil as a pump gun, because a pump gun is basically the bulk gun of shotguns.
Right.
But it has significantly more recoil than a gas-powered shotgun. So, like the Stogers, the Frankies, the Benellis, like the M2, the M4, those are inertia guns. Super reliable, but they require stanky ammo to run. Like if in my Stoker, if I don't run ammo that is over 1,200 feet per second, it won't run. It has to be stanky. Like the 1180 or lower velocity ammo, it won't fucking run the gun reliably.
Yep.
So, if you use a pump gun, you're just taking the fun out of shooting the shotgun at multi-gun. Honestly, like,
or is multi-gun taking the fun out of shooting shotguns?
No. Semi-auto shotguns are fucking fun. It literally is fun. It's fun to shoot it, but like to dedicate myself to it, no, I'm not interested. But to shoot like 7 poppers in an array, or 7 clay birds setting on stands in an array, like, yeah, that's fun. Like, ba 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 ba, because it's way more recoil than the pistols or rifles ever have. It's fun. No, we should do it. It'll be a good time.
Okay.
We can, and then we'll be close to Wisconsin, so we can go get some spotted cow.
All the cheese curds.
Yeah, and the cheese curds. And drink all that. One more thing we have to talk about before we go. So I'm not like a fan, but it's like I feel like I have this duty because I do teach people. And whenever it comes up in a class, I'm like, I don't know anything about 1911s.
Okay.
I've never owned a 1911. So I keep hearing how the T-Sauce 1911s are cheap as fuck. Excuse me. And they run.
Yep.
Generally, is their reputation. They're cheap and they run. So I'm gonna pose this question to you. Do I get a 9mm or do I get a 45?
Oof.
Now, it's going to be primarily a teaching gun for me. I'll use it in my intro classes. It'll be a demo gun in my permit classes, and I will, as soon as I get it, I will probably shoot it a lot just to get familiar with it, and I'll probably take it apart and like learn about it. But everything I know about them, they're not as easy to work on as pretty much anything else.
Right. So,
would you go 9 or 45?
That hurts. So, I had a 9mm, and it is the dumbest gun you can shoot. Like, it's a heavy steel frame gun. Like, it's thin, so you can get all the meat of all of your hands on it. Like, it doesn't recoil a lot. It for an intro gun, it's fantastic. In 9mm, in 45, it feels like what it's supposed to be, but it's still shooting 45. So it's a little more expensive. It kicks like you know what the fuck happened, but it's not.
It's not stupid recoil though.
It's not stupid. It's not unpleasant, but
I have shot 45s before, and it's fine.
Yeah,
it's more than 9mm, but it's not.
It lets you know that it went off, but like a 9mm 1911 is like shooting a Shadow 2.
Okay. So
it's fucking retarded.
Here's the one I keep seeing, like all of their 9mm that are in like the sub $500 range are all 38 Super / 9mm. I'm like, what does that mean? It comes with 2 barrels.
Oh, Jesus.
Comes with a 38 Super barrel and a 9mm barrel. That's kind of cool. Now, I don't even know where to buy 38 Super ammo, but I'm intrigued by the proposition.
Yeah, because 38 Super is what the original 1911 was supposed to be in.
It was? I thought it was 45.
No. 38 Super was what the...
God damn it. We're on our third episode and we didn't get to your history lesson.
I just realized that. Fuck.
God damn it. I even wanted to put it high in the rundown of this episode.
We're just...
And we're way over time for what we wanted to do.
Right. But yeah, the 38 Super originated with the Colt M1900 pistol chambered for 38 ACP. So, yeah, it's the OG round that 45 replaced.
So, I'm not actually shitting on John Moses Browning if I get that gun because it comes with a 38 Super barrel.
Right. So, 38 Super, because 38 Super was just the automatic pistol version of the 38 Special that they were already chambered in. And then 45 took over because America was like, I want a cartridge that starts with a 4. Like that's
our rifle caliber start with 3 and our pistol start with 4.
Pretty much.
America.
Fuck yeah.
So, like, a 38 Super, though, it's like a plus P 9mm.
Correct.
It's like not a lot more oomph or anything.
Yeah, no, it was just...
I'm just looking at the Wikipedia page for it, so...
Yeah, it's just 38 plus P.
Yeah, without all the, like, excessive pressure.
Right.
No, like those, like the next pistol I buy is going to be one of those two. It's either going to be an M&P 9 or a 1911. And the history nerd in me wants to buy the 1911, but like the shooter in me wants to buy the M&P. Like I want to run an M&P with a dot on it, like hard.
Yeah, and that's the most difficult part because like as a history person, I feel like I've owned a 1911 and I shot the fuck out of it and I wanted to throw it over the berm at Area 3.
Yeah.
Because they're not meant to be run hard as fuck. But they do shoot really nice when you put 50 rounds through them and then take them home and clean them.
That's the question I get asked all the time in classes. Like, how often do you clean your guns? I'm like, once a year. Right. And they look at me like, are you insane? I said, unless, and I always say, with the exception of 1911s, modern handguns don't require a whole lot of maintenance. If you have a metal framed gun, it requires oil more often than a plastic framed gun.
Right, but lock the gun back, put oil on the rails, let it go forward. You're good.
Just keep it wet. It'll keep running. Anyway, someday we're going to talk about Lexington and Concord with Jeff. But
soon, trademark.
Not this week. Maybe on Friday. Maybe we will on Friday.
We'll do it as the intro before the
it'll be the beginning of the next Patreon episode. How about that?
There we go.
He is Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show.